That's the intro.
No.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Toast on Rye podcast. My name is Ryan, and welcome to my best attempt at a Halloween episode. In this episode, we actually got dressed up in our costumes this year. Me and Bailey are going to be Dipper and Seuss from Gravity Falls. But today we talked about the new Halloween Kills movie and why we did or didn't like it. You'll just have to listen to it to find out. And as well as some of our favorite Halloween candy, and as well as some other things that we talked about in the episode, because you know us, we kind of get off track a little bit. But otherwise, happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy the episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Welcome to the Halloween episode of ToastOnRye podcast. My name is Ryan. I got my boy Bailey over here. How you doing, dog? So for the people that are watching the video version, I think Spotify actually added a feature where you can actually put the video version on Spotify now. So if you're on Spotify listening to this and you're watching the video version, for the Halloween version of this episode, we are being Dipper and Seuss from Gravity Falls.
I brought victory nachos.
My name's Dipper. I like a 15-year-old, even though I'm wimpy and I'm 12 years old.
What?
That's basically his whole character arc for like a season and like a quarter. Because like he finally got over that thing after, for those of you who haven't seen the show, I won't spoil it too much, but a near-death experience. Yeah, made him go like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
Wendy's like 15 and he's like 12? I think he's 12. 12 or 13. Either way, it would still be weird.
Something like that.
Even Wendy said that in the show. She was like, you know, I'm too old for you, right? He was like, yeah. And I was like, so you crushed on her for how long? And you knew this already, Dipper? Come on, bro.
He had that BDE, bro. Even though Dipper was just trying to get his bag, bro.
Oh, big dick energy. It took me a minute.
BDE.
It took me a minute.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says that. Hashtag BDE.
Also, he's 12. I don't really think that's a thing for him.
We're not talking about this.
I'm also a race-bended Dipper too. But I was like, nah, fuck all that. I'm being Dipper anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, when it comes to cosplay, it doesn't matter.
Some people make it matter, honestly.
Gender.
It's so
if
weird.
If you're trying to go more for like accuracy or something, I could see why that's like plays into it, but like, who cares? Like,
right? Yeah.
It's literally this is Dipper on a budget.
Oh, 100%, bro. Because like I know that I'm wearing jeans right now, but like I didn't want like we live in the Midwest. It's getting cold right now. I'm not trying to wear shorts like in the cold, like especially since with the Halloween party that we're going to, we have to walk there for the most part, and with walking back, I'm not trying to walk out in the cold with just shorts on, so that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, it's close enough. I still got black shoes and stuff, so it works.
I gotta wear shorts either way.
I mean, yeah, actually you do. Shit. Yeah. So originally too, we were supposed to be SpongeBob and Patrick, but I was doing this on a budget, right? And the budget version of SpongeBob was going to be more expensive than this Dipper costume. So speaking of SpongeBob, this is a new addition to the setup. Things to do today. Bool. We have this tapestry up here for those of you that are still listening to the audio version. We have a tapestry that says things to do today, Bool, with Patrick's it's a frame from an episode handwriting on it. Yeah, but and honestly, how the fuck did they get the font to do that early? Maybe they just like drew it on in like Photoshop or something?
You can find a font for almost anything online.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot tell you how long it took me to find certain fonts for certain pieces I was doing. Like it took me 3 hours to find a font one time.
You remember that pop culture logo that I did? That was the Indiana Jones font.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody said anything, so I was just like,
I knew what it was because it's like the first, like if you go to like on defont.com, that's like the first thing that pops up is like, oh, do you want like an adventurous theme? Here's this, and it's like that's Indiana Jones font. Calm down.
Yeah, and I don't know, bro. Nobody said anything, so I didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Plus, the segment was good. I don't care.
Exactly.
But sticking with the Halloween theme, so Me and Bailey, a couple weeks ago, I feel like the way he looked at me, I feel like he knows what I'm going to say. But we watched Halloween Kills in theaters a couple weeks ago. And there's two positives to this. One, I get to talk about it here. But more importantly, number two, I didn't pay to see it, so we all good. I basically got to see it for free in theaters, but
if you paid for it, I would have told you guys your money back because that was some bullshit.
I just want to give a slight spoiler-free, even though honestly I might as well spoil it. It's not worth seeing, but for those of you that want to see it, I want to give a spoiler-free review of Halloween Kills. So Bailey, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you think of the movie as a whole?
I don't want to think about this movie, whole or half. It's bad. Like, so for those of you who don't know, 2018, we saw the release of something just labeled Halloween. It's technically Halloween 2. The original Halloween from 1978 is the original. And after like 9 movies back then that all of them were garbage, they decided to, hey, we're going to erase all of that, retcon everything for this to be 2. And now this is going to be the beginning of a new trilogy. So now the newest one that just came out, Halloween Kills, is technically Halloween 3. This movie is absolute dog water, and here's why. Like, it keeps going back in time to show you stuff to give more context, but it's like every 10 minutes throughout the movie.
Yeah, like, was that like the original movie? I was about to say, because
there was new footage in this movie that was filmed to look like it was back from 78.
Okay, because like I remember
some older stuff, and then there was parts where they actually did go back to old footage from the first movie.
Okay, because like I remember like watching the first movie before we saw Halloween Kills, like I think the week before that, which is also kind of like this is an unpopular opinion, but I think that the 1978 version is really not that good. I feel like it's overrated. I personally like the Rob Zombie version better from 2007. I just think it's made better for me personally.
Yeah, I gotta disagree with you though, homie. The 78 one's a classic, and Zombies just, it's not bad, but
I don't know. Like, I know that great. It's a classic, and everyone like regards it as like, you know, something that is a staple of the horror genre. I get that. But also, I just can't get over how campy it is. Some of the dialogue is like kind of horribly written.
It was a different time, though.
I know it's like the late 70s, so I'll give it a pass for that, but I still prefer, like, because like, I never saw the older version first. I saw the 2007 version first. So I guess I'm kind of spoiled with that too, because I got to see it in
you're
modern.
Biased because of what you grew up with.
But even then, I'm just like, I don't know. I think the other one was just made better. And plus, it gave a better backstory to Michael for me personally.
Yeah.
So
my problem with the zombie films, like the Rob Zombie ones, are they just write every character to be the most mean-spirited, disgusting, and piece of shit character possible, no matter what. Like, yeah, they tried to make it a little more like sympathetic why Michael became the way he did, but then the rest of everybody else is just automatically a piece of shit in this world. I just don't think it's very realistic. Granted, yeah, I know the argument is it's about a 9-foot-tall dude that can survive knives and guns and fire, like, and just nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a movie. I don't know. It feels super inconsistent. It's his tone that he wants to set, and that's fine. He's very much an auteur filmmaker, which means he's like a very distinctive thing. Like, that's a really shitty description, by the way, but like, that's just, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's very distinctive for his style.
And I understand what you mean with it, but I don't know. Still, for me, in terms of like, I guess to me, visuals mean everything for me when it comes to watching anything. And I guess for me, the selling point is just the visuals. I think that like everything was just shot better overall, because even with the original film, I know it was on a very low budget.
I was about to say,
but like they could have had a little more shot variety. Like I only saw like maybe a few close-ups for certain dialogues, but everything else, it's like they just did a wide angle for literally like 10 minutes worth of dialogue. And I'm like, you kind of like, you could have got more creative with it. You just move the camera. Like, I don't know how that's like, I don't know how much that costs, but just move the camera again. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I was about to say, as long as you understand that it was like on not me moving away from the mic. As long as I'm literally like, want.
Not just
trying to reach for my water's up here. I'm dumb. And there's nothing left. Okay, anyway, the problem with the people shitting on the old one, though, is like, again, you at least understand it was 1978 it was released. That means it was filmed at least like 77, 76. Like, roughly like whenever they started the production, probably 77. It was 78. They had way less equipment that we use nowadays. That's way better. They had shittier cameras, and it was a different time. Like how we were even watching the 78 original, talking about how that house's door was just not locked.
Yeah, right, yeah.
No one was in the house and the door just wasn't locked. We live in a time where that's more of a concern now versus back then. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I like it a lot. I definitely will say it's very campy for sure, but that's part of the charm.
Yeah,
definitely cinematography wise, there's no like visual variety, and that's what I think.
And that's what, because like it was boring for me after a while. Like when I saw the same shot for like half the movie, basically, you know, like when they were setting up the, you know, the whole, oh my god, who the hell is this Michael Myers guy? And the cop is trying to find who this guy is, and he's been saying that like for like 20 years now. Yo, this guy is not a good person. Let's, you know, stop this person. You know, that whole time, you know, there's just a lot of two shots. There's a lot of wide angles. And I was like, does it really cost that much to move the fucking camera? Like, just a little bit? Like, just closer? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and over the shoulder, maybe? Like, the only time where, like, the wide angle actually worked was when they were sending a new location. Like,
yeah, well, that's an establishing shot. So
yeah, exactly. But other than that, it was just, like, it was just lazy for me personally. So I think in terms of that, I think Rob Zombie did better cinematography.
Yeah. I really like how the new ones are shot. Like the Halloween 2018 and now Halloween.
That one I never saw, but I kind of don't really need to see that one.
You
because
don't need to, but like, I still would say it's
because I had the context of what happened already.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know.
The new one, basically, the problem with it is just the execution of how they try to do stuff. Because if you're going to go watch it for some like shitty, gory violence and all that, you're gonna have a fun time. If you're going for anything more than that, you're gonna be disappointed. That's pretty much the best way to describe it, because the ideas that they're trying to set in place in this movie are pretty cool. There's like a pretty good allegory they're trying to push. They didn't do it the right way though, so it's just kind of like,
yeah, I think it was just
central character either. Like there's no focus on this movie besides Michael.
Pretty much, and like we kind of
bounces around between all these characters for the
and like we already know who he is as a character anyway. So I personally would have wanted a movie where like they kind of focus on all the other characters more, but instead the entire movie they're just like, he dies tonight, and I'm like, cool, but like also why? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it's been this many years since like any of this has happened to like most of the original cast from the group, or not the original cast, but like in terms of the original characters from when they were young and stuff like that. It's been so long. So I would like to see a little like things of like, oh man, like what are they risking? They're risking their family, they're risking their homes. Like I think it would have hit harder if you were able to see what they would have lost if they would have lost to Michael, instead of just having a highlight reel of all the gruesome murders that Michael Myers can pull off. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's basically what the whole movie was.
Because that's already what they did in this past Halloween movie, like that takes place before this one. That's pretty much all it is. Again, like, you know, you had Laurie setting up. You know, you're setting up Laurie to be like this survivalist of Michael, and's like, I'm going to kill him if he ever gets out again. It's like, okay, that was an interesting take. That was cool. It was cool to see. And then you still got that classic Halloween, like he's strolling down the street and just murdering people like nothing. This one, it's like they're trying to do something different with it, but they're not trying enough. Or it's like the way they did it was just not the best way to go about it.
And even the ending was just disappointing.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Like, I'm not going to say what the ending was, because obviously I don't want to like spoil it for people that haven't seen it yet. But the ending was just awful. Everything about it was awful. Dialogue, plot, everything just awful. Because like I even heard someone in the back of us, like a row behind us, go like, what the fuck, that was it? Like just out loud. I was like, bro, I feel you on that, bro. I feel you.
Yeah, it was not good, so I just added it to my letterbox.
That, and also another thing that I kind of hate about the new Halloween movies, because to me this has gotten old at this point, because like I said, in the 70s this makes sense. Anyone would believe anything at that time. But now Michael Myers surviving 5 gunshots, a stab to the back, a couple hits to his head. Not even a couple, a lot of hits to his head with a baseball bat, and he just gets up. I can't believe that anymore. I'm sorry. That was stupid. Like, I remember going like, he's gonna get up, isn't he? And this motherfucker got up, and I was like, oh my god, bro. I was so mad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you saw the anger on my face I had, but I was like, that's bullshit. This is all, I can't, it gets old so quickly with how much he survives shit.
Nah, half the time during that movie for like 30 minutes, I was gone trying to find something to find a fucking manager.
Oh yeah, don't even get you started about that.
Oh my god, go. If you're going to talk over in the movie, stay the fuck home. I don't care.
Yeah, because
you're a piece of shit if you go to the movie.
Because like, even when I talk, I at least whisper to like to a point where you can only hear me.
Yeah. And plus, it's like, bro, if there's an emergency and you just say, hey, yo, I gotta tell you something, like, it's important right now. Like, I know we're at the movie. Okay, cool, there you go. But bro, if you go to the movie and all you're gonna do is just talk over the shit, this is not your living room. Go the fuck home.
Yeah.
Because then I didn't even pay for it, and I still felt like I deserved a refund at that point. Because I'm like, dude, like.
Nah.
Stop. Not to mention Marcus. I have lost respect for you, Marcus. I used to like Marcus Theaters. Not anymore. No, bro. It took me 30 minutes to find a manager. Where are y'all? Like, I missed like 30 minutes worth of that movie.
Yeah,
because y'all weren't like, there was no employees anywhere. There's no one at the front desk. I get we're going through like an employee shortage right now at most places, but that's ridiculous. Like,
and I think it's also, I mean, for me personally, I wasn't really that mad because it's just easy to ignore. Now, if they were like, yelling at the top of their lungs, it was
loud enough to where I can't hear the dialogue, bro.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't get that.
Dude, they're drunk. Like, of course they're loud.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too, is like, oh, my God.
Also, you gotta stop bringing children to rated R movies, dude. Like,
yeah, like, why?
Like, I heard one baby, like, coo a little bit, and I was like, why the fuck is your baby here? Like, what the fuck? Like these, like, bro, we're watching a movie about someone that can just cut somebody's head off without ease, and you want to bring your newborn baby to this.
I don't even care about the content of the movie. Here's the real problem. You're just damaging that baby's hearing at that point. Those movies are loud. Like, yeah. You're in there for the cinematic experience, which is a huge, loud, and bright
and
spectacle.
You've paid for someone that can't even comprehend the movie. Because you still have to pay for the baby to get in. So they can't even comprehend the movie. Why did you bring them yet? You know what I mean? Like, if they were like 4, 5, 6 years old, that makes sense. But still.
I mean, you still shouldn't bring them to an R-rated movie if they're going to be 6 and running around the whole fucking time. But, you know, it's cool.
When I was like 13 and like my brother was like 6 or 7, my dad took us to go see Deadpool. Like the first one.
But again, you got to know your kid though. Like,
well, and also he didn't really know who Deadpool was. He was just like, he's one of those people that just likes going to the movies just to go to the movies. He had no idea who Deadpool was, and I kind of forgot to warn him. So you remember that scene where they were having sex on like every single like holiday of the year. Yeah, he was like, yo, let me cover the 6-year-old's eyes real quick.
Well, yeah, bro. Like, okay, this is what makes me mad. To all you Karens out there, listen up. There's this amazing thing called the MPAA or the MPA now, and they're in charge of putting out the ratings for each movie. They do not withhold that information from you. It'll literally be on the goddamn internet. You can go on IMDb and find that shit. So if you're gonna complain about taking your movie or your kid. Taking your kid to a movie called Sausage Party that's rated R.
I remember working at the theater for that shit, and I was like, bro, it says rated R. Did you just ignore that?
Literally, not
like we warn you very much in advance. We put signs up and shit like, this is not a kid's movie, by the way.
Not to mention, it's like, again, do you know how to watch a trailer? You go on YouTube to watch your goddamn cat videos all the time, but you can't look up trailer for a movie.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
Like, it's so stupid. So just, I don't know.
What was that like?
The going to the movie theater experience is slowly becoming my least favorite thing to do, which sucks because it's my favorite place on the planet.
What was that movie? It was Happy Time Murders. They literally put it in their trailer. This is not a kid's movie, by the way.
That's underrated, by the way. If no one's ever seen that, please watch it.
I've actually never seen it. What's it about, anyway?
It's so the son of, if I'm not wrong, I'll double check this later. But like, if I'm wrong, flame me in the comments if you're even watching. But basically, the son of Jim Henson made an adult Muppet movie, basically, and it's about a detective duo. One of them is a fucking Muppet, and one of them isn't. It's basically like every buddy cop kind of like Odd Couple cop movie where it's like you're putting to it's like I work alone or they cut me off of the force. Yeah, because you were too dangerous. I was efficient. Like that kind of bullshit. It was like one of those movies. But the big spectacle is that half of the cast are like new Muppets. Like they look just like Muppets.
Oh, okay.
And then it's this murder mystery about who's killing all of these people from this old sitcom that starred these Muppet-like characters. But it's an R-rated action comedy, and it's so goddamn funny. It's Melissa McCarthy, and she's hilarious. But she's in that. I think Joel McHale is actually in this too, which is really funny. It's a good movie. And no one went to see it, bro. No one went to see it. I'm like, if I'm going to a 2 p.m. showing of this, and
that's how you know
only two people,
bro. That's how you know, dude.
I know the afternoon showings are kind of varied because you never know, but it was like a Friday even.
I think it's mostly just because they marketed it to be like, yeah, this is not for kids, and then what adult is really going to be interested in the puppet thing? Like, I know you would be, but like you're a very, very small percentage of adults that would be like, oh my god, a puppet movie and it's rated R. Like for you just wanted to see it to be like, let's check this out. How bad could this be? But
I thought it was funny. I thought it was really good.
But like other people are just kind of just like, what the fuck, puppets? I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
And plus, what was out at the time that was competing with it anyway?
That was 2018.
Was it summer 2018 or no?
It might be like March of 2018, I think. Slender Man, The Darkest Minds, Mile 22, Searching, Operation Finale, Kin, The Meg. Not a lot of good stuff. So... yeah, August of 2018 was an interesting time. That's for sure. Oh, 8th Grade was out, though. So that was good.
That also didn't do well.
It's an indie movie, so of course it didn't do well.
Yeah, and it was Bo Burnham's first, like,
it was really
venture,
good,
but it was good. I mean, my only critique of it, though, was it kind of, and I know this is what he was going for, but it was a type of awkward that just did not work for me personally. Like I know what he was trying to do because it's a teenager that is awkward. So he was shooting it like an awkward teenager would act. However, sometimes it did not come across as awkward. It came across as more cringy than anything for me.
I could kind of see that. I definitely wasn't as like bothered by that because obviously that's what he was going for. But it's like I can see how after a while it's like, oh my god, is this even a movie? Because it's accurate. It's pretty damn close. I don't care. The funniest part of that whole movie is yelling LeBron James.
No, dude, because like that was, bro, he was a little late on the meme.
It was
though.
a dead meme, but that's why it was funny.
And like that was like the first 5 minutes, bro.
You probably had the script in development since that was popular.
Yeah, but like that could have been something that you could have just updated for the time.
Now I'm glad he used an old one because I wasn't expecting it. So without spoiling anything, it's just I find it funny. In the movie, they all it's about 8th graders about to go into high school and all that. It's the last day of 8th grade, and then it's the summer, and it's just kind of dealing with growing up. Well, they're all at this assembly talking about like, write this to your future selves and we'll send it to you in your senior year. Well, they're trying to get the kids' attention, and the principal's just like, all right, settle down, everybody. And then immediately after, like not even 2 seconds after, you just hear somebody some kid in the background yell, LeBron James. And it was loud as hell, and it echoed. Oh God, it's so funny. Because again, I love that he used a dead meme. I was just like,
yeah,
you didn't have to do that. You chose to do that.
No, but Bo Burnham did well on that, and I'm glad that like he was just doing some other shit instead of comedy. You know what I mean?
You should watch The Big Sick because he's in that for a little bit, and he's good in that.
I know what you're talking about. I just haven't like.
Same with Promising Young Woman. You really gotta watch that.
Yeah, I remember him being in both of those trailers. I was like, oh shit, Bo Burnham. Like
he's in both of those, and he's great in both.
Because like that was when like he wasn't doing comedy still, so he was just going like, I'm just gonna chill, just do whatever I want, and he just did a couple movies. He made his own movie and then like acting in a couple.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't show up in 8th grade though. Like as like not a cameo character, but like a character that like plays a small role. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, what would he really have done?
That's true. He is like
maybe be one of the teachers or something.
Like at that time, wasn't he like 28, 27?
Something like that.
So, yeah. So it's kind of like bruh. Like why are you in a movie about 8th graders? Like,
Yeah, like I said, unless he's like the teacher or something, I don't really see something.
Also, I know that he based it off a lot of
or
like
if
what he
he's
was
the
going
older
through.
brother.
Older brother would have been better.
He could have done that.
Nah, still, bro. He looks a little too old though.
Yeah, but
to
he
be
looks,
an older brother like that.
Depends on when the dad had him though, because the dad was old as hell in that movie.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So again, it just depends. I don't know. I'm glad with the movie the way it was though. I think it was perfect.
I'm kind of curious though. Why did he write it from like a girl's perspective?
Because it's even harder.
Yeah, but wasn't it supposed to be based off of like his own experiences, or he just kind of just added his own experiences to it?
But no one ever said it had to be. It's one of those things where it's like today that you see, like, there's really no excuse not to have a diverse cast unless it has to do with their characters. Like, obviously, you're going to cast a black man as Black Panther. You're going to cast a white man as Captain America. Because those were the times we were in, and those were definitely related to those characters. But then you look at this movie, who says that he can't write it from a young girl's perspective. Too,
yeah, that's true. And plus,
so
like
it's a way to get more people involved too, because it's like he's not the only one that had an upbringing that was like that.
Yeah, and plus, like some of the scenes that he did too, like that scene, that like sexual assault scene. Like I was like, that kind of hit a little too close, because
the pool party scene was kind of hit too, with like how awkward something like that can be.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. I feel like
especially when you're insecure, at that age too, because like everything matters to you at that age.
And not that boys aren't insecure, but it's like they don't tend to like deal with these issues as much. So like,
yeah, no,
it was a lot
young girls especially at that time.
That was more accessible to a lot more people too.
Like at that age, younger girls are judged a lot more. Than boys. Not to say that like boys don't have like that same struggle, but like definitely more
no
girls.
Doubt, but they tend to kind of just shrug it off and not deal with it until their adulthood half the time.
And well, it's because boys are taught to do that. They're like, nah, you can't have emotions, dog. Don't do that.
Oh, you have feelings? Nah, what are you?
Yeah, but then
girl?
also
like,
when girls have feelings, then they also make fun of the girls for having feelings, and it's like, what the fuck do you want? Like, you know what I mean?
It's a lose-lose.
Nah, I think you did a good job with that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you really, and plus like for someone that like, because I was her character as in middle school. I was that kid that made YouTube videos, and they were all bad, right? All bad videos. I still have them.
At least you tried to do something though. Like,
yeah, I've grown a lot with content too. Like I obviously things I'm doing here for shooting, it was never like this at that time. But that's because I didn't have adult money. I didn't have adult time. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really give myself a break at the time too.
Exactly.
But it didn't help because I was facing a lot of like really bad criticism from like my peers who weren't really giving criticism. It was more of like, he do YouTube. He's so stupid. You know what I mean? And like playing my videos in class and stuff.
Not to mention they literally watch YouTube like right when they get home.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I'm literally using something that you're supposed to be watching anyway. So it's like,
yeah, don't get me wrong. Were they bad videos? Yes, but like even some teachers, like they were actually nice about it though. Like they're like, that was kind of good. like it's bad, but it's good. Like you just need to improve some things. You know what I mean?
And that's more constructive than anything. So it's like you would rather have that versus some kids who'd be like,
yeah. Like I remember like my teacher playing my channel trailer at the time, and it was just me in a white t-shirt just talking about my channel. And I was like talking really quietly too, because I didn't want to wake up my family. So like I was like, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Ryan, aka Simply Awesome 27. Bro, I thought I was smooth with that shit, bro. I thought I was so smooth with that. Talking about Simply Awesome 27, bro. That's my birthday number, dude, 27. Bro, even my mom like kind of played me a little bit. She was like, Simply Awesome 27, Ryan? And I'm like, what?
What's wrong with it, bro?
I'm awesome. What are you talking about?
Yeah, at least I'm simply just trying to get that bag, bro. Buzz off, Stacy.
That ain't like YouTube's guidelines in terms of like monetization shit was way different. So I could have been making money.
Yeah,
I could have. Damn, it would have been a lot, but it would have been money.
It's money, yeah. It's disposable income.
Yeah, because at that time anybody could do it. So like, but also I was 13, so never mind. Because like I didn't have a bank account, so like Where was that gonna go? PayPal?
My pocket. Or put your parents' account information into there.
They didn't really like me doing YouTube anyway, so like I just didn't do it.
Did you know we were talking about 8th grade? Did you know that the fuck was that? Did you know that the I thought there was a bug on my arm.
Oh, bro. Okay, I was like, what happened?
I felt like a little wisp of air or something. I was like, hey, yo, what's that? What the dog doing? No, basically the girl that was the main character in 8th grade is the voice of Agnes from Despicable Me. The youngest one.
Oh, shit.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
How old was she during that?
Like, probably like 6 or something. I don't know.
Okay, that makes, wow.
She was a lot younger, yeah. So that blew my mind because I'm like, obviously she's older now, so she doesn't sound exactly the same. But I was just
wait, have they made another Despicable Me movie or no?
They've made,
because I know there's 3 now,
the
right?
Trilogy,
yeah.
There's Minions, and then there's Minions 2, and that was like pushed back because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. Like, I kind of low key already forgot about that movie, so I didn't know like if it came out. And
hell, I forgot I forgot about the Minions movie. I've only seen it once.
Oh, the new one's still not even out yet. Okay, that's what I thought. So it's supposed to come out next year now, but it's one of those movies that was like during COVID, it got pushed back like 12 times. So
well, yeah, because at the time, nobody knew when things were going to go back to normal.
They needed to chill with that, though. Like, this upcoming week, we're getting Last Night in when we're recording this, we're getting Last Night in Soho in theaters, the new Edgar Wright movie. They pushed that motherfucker back like 8 months at a time. And I'm like...
And then don't get me started on Black Widow, bro. Like,
any of the movies... No, you know which movie had it the worst was The Batman. That one, like, the Batman did have died for that until recently because of fandom. But, like... It literally had like barely a first look even out. We only got like a few set photos, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, we're gonna push this back like a whole year and a half. I'm like, do y'all really need that much time? Like, goddamn. Like,
I feel like it's just because like they wanted to give it a fair chance to actually make money.
Oh, no doubt.
So like
now it's whatever, but it's just at the time I remember being like, well, I'm not hyped for this because they pushed.
Because even with even with Black Widow.
Back Widow.
Even with Black Widow, though, like I remember, like it was supposed to come out in May, then they pushed it back to July, then they pushed it back to November, and they pushed it back again
to next May.
Yeah, which was like at that point you should have just pushed it back that far.
It was going to be a day after my birthday last year.
Yeah, and bro, I remember you being pissed. You were ready to get those fucking tickets, dude.
Because like that was going to be the first time I was going to be able to do anything like fun for like a long time because of COVID. So I'm like, yes.
But speaking of doing something fun, yesterday, dude, we had a day yesterday. That was the first time I was actually social with people, multiple people.
That was the most amount of people I hung out with in like over 2 years.
Yeah, and like hanging out with people that aren't my online friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy.
Like we went to a football game. We went to a friend's house for a party.
I haven't been to a football game like that since like high school. I kind of forgot how cold it gets.
Yeah.
I was shivering, bro.
Unless you go to one of them, if they're in like September or something, it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
As soon as October hits, that's when that like the chilly season hits.
I'll go to the basketball games though.
Yeah, those will be inside. So
yeah,
and plus we live right across from the arena.
No, dude, so deadass, bro. Basketball games are just better for me personally. Like they're more fun to watch for me.
Basketball is my favorite sport, so I can agree with that. Like I prefer that versus football. Not that I hate football.
No, it's not that I hate football. I hate the culture around football. I feel like people like I feel like fans take it too seriously, especially with college football, dude. Like some of y'all need lives. Like
it got ruined for me for sports. Like I never liked it because of all the kids growing up in school with me and all that. That we would be in like a summer gym program for 3 weeks and you would act like playing basketball means you're in the NBA. And I'm like, you are a white kid from Wisconsin. You're not going to be in the NBA. Shut the fuck up.
Well, don't get me wrong. There's some people that are going to be talented enough to get into the NBA.
Not with the way they were acting, bro. Hell no. I'm like, this is literally kickball. Can you calm the fuck down, please?
Bro, you remember when we did that dodgeball tournament like our senior year?
Oh, God.
And there were some motherfuckers in there that were like try-harding the fuck out of it,
and
bro.
They complained to the ref every 5 seconds, but literally one of the teams cheated and the ref didn't do shit.
Right, dude. It's
They're
like,
no, we didn't do it. And it's like, no, you literally cheated.
and like I know it's for wait, it was for charity, right? Or like was it a fundraiser or
I think
something?
it was a fundraiser. I'm not sure.
Still, like it was for a good cause, but because like that's why I never took it that seriously. Like
It was just supposed to be for fun too. It's
that and like
sports are supposed to be fun. Like sports.
that, and our team was down at least one person, because like each team like had like 5 people. We had like 4, so we were already like, you know, at a disadvantage. So I knew we were gonna lose anyway. But like, like
none of us on that team were like especially athletic at the time either, because we weren't involved in anything.
Except maybe me and Corey.
Yeah, but even then,
because I have that basketball soccer background. But even then, like,
but like the other 2 especially, it was just like, okay.
Who was that other person? You remember?
No,
I don't think I remember either. It was somebody. I don't remember though.
yeah. But yeah, no, I just wasn't, I lost interest in sports very early on just because of how people acted.
I just lost interest in
sports themselves. It's just the culture around it is what turns me off.
Well, no,
so I
haven't lost interest in watching sports. I lost interest in playing sports because like in high school, it got like very political in terms of who can be on the team, who can't be on the team. Because like there's some people that like centered their entire like schooling and like college method of paying for college around sports. So like obviously like
Which
they kind of
nothing wrong with, but
like
it's
they
also,
favored those kids a little more.
Yeah.
But like, even with like soccer, like I remember like hearing that like basically the team was already chosen. It was just because the school requires you to have tryouts. So like they were already scouting kids like way before the season. So I'm like, I have no chance like for any time, for any year. So I just stopped.
You know how sports were really ruined for me? Sports, okay. I like watching them for the most part. It's not my go-to. Obviously, I'd rather watch a movie or a show, but like sports, not opposed to watching them. Not at all. I had fun at the football game. It was a blowout, so it was kind of boring because like we were absolutely bodying that other
dude.
team.
Oh my god, like it was like 45-7 at halftime, and I'm like, damn,
no,
we might as well leave now.
Yeah,
like,
by the end of the third quarter, that we were like almost at 50, and they were like maybe at 10. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm calling it. We're going.
Side note, dude, I'm calling out the announcer there, bro. The way that they condescendingly said the fact that the other team had nothing, like, bro, like I remember going like you know, like our team 54, the other team nothing, and I'm like, bro, like that's not. Come on, that's mean,
dirty, bro.
That's bro. Come on, bro.
There was 2 points in time where it got ruined for me when it comes to sports. Playing it got ruined for me in elementary school, and liking sports in general, anything that be interested in sports anymore after a while, that I lost interest in that by high school.
Okay,
that was pretty much the 2 like elementary school. I was in flag football for our after school program, and I had a fucking blast, bro. Like I loved that game. That was so much fun. And then literally children are screaming at you because you made a mistake. I'm like,
yeah. I think it's the overall competitive. It's like you said, that was flag football,
like,
right?
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
It's not even tackle. Like
it's just the culture of football for me. Like basketball, it's kind of like that sometimes, but like a lot of fans still understand that they're still human.
Yeah, you know hell, this ref kept yelling at me because apparently, I don't know what exactly I was doing wrong, but I was center, right? That was typically my position. I was definitely defensive because like. But like whenever I would play, I'd be either center or like in the line, like the defensive line, just holding them back because it's just I was a heavier set kid still. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I'll be center. I'm good at like flicking it back and then just, you know, immediately getting in the defensive thing. He kept like throwing down flags every 5 seconds before we even started, and I'm like, I don't really know what's happening because it wasn't a false start. It wasn't like, look at me using terms, but like. It wasn't a false start. I was in position. I was doing exactly what was told of me by both my coaches, the actual other teammates, and even the ref. And the ref would be like, that's wrong. And basically come down and yelling at me. And I'm like, then explain to me what I'm doing wrong. Because eventually they had me sit out for like the next quarter of the game. And I'm like,
yeah, so like, even the coaches didn't tell you what you were doing wrong?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's stupid. Okay.
Well, yeah, they were all idiots. But then on top of that, we lost the game and they blamed it all on me, even though somebody missed a catch. And I'm like, I was on the defensive line. How is that my problem? Like,
yeah.
I literally was holding them, and one of the other members of the defensive line didn't block the other person that ran in and tackled. Well, not even tackled because it was flagged, but like metaphorically tackled the other guy and kept him from catching the ball. Again, maybe don't place the blame on the guy who's just flicking the ball back to the other dude and just standing there, because I was on my man the entire time. Pause. But I was on the
Yo, I caught you lacking.
Bro, I was 10. I don't know what you be lacking. Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. That meme is fucking funny, but yeah.
But and then in high school, just again, it's like it makes me end up making me feel stupid when I try to talk about sports.
Yeah, dude, that's how I felt about basketball. Like, because like I was on a team. Keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind, this is 5th grade. So okay, side story too. I told this to you last night, but I'll tell. So one of my core memories of basketball was when I know what you're gonna say. When like, keep in mind, again, this is 5th grade, and we had a coach that took like basketball like very, very seriously. He did not give a shit, bro. He did not give a shit that we were like 10 or 11, bro. He did not care. He was like, "You're gonna get on that line. You're gonna run suicides all practice," and I'm like, bro, we 10.
You call it suicides when they're 10, like,
bro, dude.
Hey,
I'm like,
chill.
and like, don't get me wrong. Like, there is this kid. I'm on our team, which I'm very confident he's actually going to go to the NBA. That motherfucker was athletic. That man could almost dunk in like 6th grade, dude. Like, I'm like that man could jump, right? He carried our team most of the time, right? So, but you know, he was athletic enough to do all that. But everybody else, dude, like, bro, like there was even this kid on our team that could barely run like 2 miles an hour. Like he would like be like hobbling down the thing. And like he's like, "Run faster." He's like, "Sir, I literally cannot go any faster than this." Like I physically cannot go any faster than this, right?
For you, it didn't work out. Move on.
Like he couldn't even shoot the ball. Like not even a layup, bro. He's just here just to participate, right? But I remember like he would teach us these like college level plays, and he would call them like the play that like, or no, the college that the play was from, right? So we did plays from like Iowa State, Michigan State, some other colleges. I don't know. I can't remember, right? But there would be this kid that would start the play.
Man, I already know the story, so it's even better now.
And he would take the ball when he's like on like the baseline, because it's a baseline play, like, you know, like when you're passing the ball in.
Yeah.
He would slap the ball and he would yell the play name very loud. So like, it's, keep in mind, we're 10 years old, so his voice is not dropped yet. So he's sitting here like, "Iowa." And dude, I forgot about that until last night.
Or he would just sit there and say, "Michigan State."
He's trying so hard to be loud, so it's just so funny when you hear Iowa, Illinois State, like, bro, it was so LSU. Or yeah, dude, it would just be so funny. But not aside from that, I think that's the only funny thing that happened from that, because otherwise our coach was kind of toxic because he forgets that we're 10. So he'd be yelling at us for missing layups. And I'm like, you do realize that
4 foot right now.
No, like, dude, when I tell you that I was like 4'7" in middle school, dude, like I'm the shortest kid out there. Do not expect much from me. Bro, I couldn't even shoot threes at the time, dude. Like I was chucking that shit because I wasn't strong enough.
My greatest athletic achievement was like a 6-pointer.
What?
Basically,
6-pointer?
So I was at an elementary school, right?
Yeah.
You know, because that's what we did back then. But like, I love that John Mulaney bit. So we went to school because that's what we did back then. So yeah, no shit, John. Like,
right.
Go snort some more coke. Anyway.
Whoa. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
Nah, I love John Mulaney,
too soon.
I hope he's doing good. But what do you call it? So I went back to my elementary school a few years ago when I was still in high school because I wanted to visit my after school program, because that was some of the best experiences I had as a young kid. Was at the after. It was adjacent to like the Boys and Girls Club. Basically, it wasn't actually Boys and Girls Club, but it basically was. Like, I think it was just like a subsect. Basically, it was like Kid Stop was the name of it or something like that. You know, so. We go there, and I go back and visit. I realized that this was a small-ass gym, because it was one of those situations where it was the gym, it was the theater, and it was the lunchroom all in one.
My school was like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I forgot because I was so small as a kid. Like, I was really small as a kid. So it was a big ass room for me. I go back, it's like maybe the size of a college classroom.
Wow.
And I'm like,
yeah, okay.
how? Like, that doesn't make sense. So it makes this a little less impressive. But like, as a kid in like fourth or fifth grade, right?
Yeah, like no, like you have to like you have to put yourself in like what like you said 5th grade, so like
Yeah.
9-10 years old, like put yourself in a 10-year-old
Exactly,
mindset,
yeah.
9-year-old like size or 9-year-old 10-year-old size.
Yeah.
This is gonna be impressive when
And
you're
keep
10.
in mind, I was starting to become even more self-conscious because as a kid, I was actually pretty skinny as a kid, so I was happy. This was when I was starting to kind of put on some pounds, so I was getting a little more insecure, which not too much because as a kid, I didn't really care, but like, because, you know, food is baller, but like, we'll be chilling there, right? And we're playing basketball, and I'm getting yelled at the whole game because it's like, oh, get on D, get on D. I was like, they didn't teach us how to play the game, bro. Like, I don't know what you want from me. He just said throw the ball. Like, Mr. Passetti, stand up, bro. Like, come on. But no, he tossed it to me, and I was on one of the stairs of the bleachers in there because, again, this was like a multi-purpose room. So it was like there's a set of bleachers, there's the stage, and then in between is pretty much what's the cafeteria. It's like the commons of a high school, or it's as big as a college classroom. It's like less big than a lecture hall, but it's a little bit bigger than like a basic college classroom. I get on one of the steps and I yeet that shit like one-handed too. I was like, yeah. And it went in and the whole gym stopped and we all lost our minds. I was like, ah. It didn't count. But like we were losing our minds because I made it. I'm over here like, MVP! And it's like, Bailey, stop. But they kept playing the game. That was my athletic achievement. So we're talking about our Halloween costumes, right? You know, we were representing
Dipper and Seuss.
doing
Let's
that Gravity
go.
Falls shit. What is the best and worst costume you've ever had?
Let me think for a minute. Okay, I know this is simultaneously my best and worst, but I'm just gonna go with best for this one. And I'm saying it's the best because I put the most effort into it. I was a vampire that year, and it was a very cheap Walmart. Like,
He's the boy.
no, dude. And the reason why I wanted to be a vampire was because I was obsessed with that show at the time. I had a fat crush on the babysitter in that show. So I was like,
Who didn't, bro? Vanessa Morgan is,
bro.
anyway,
But
that's
you know she's married now, right?
unfortunately. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
No, but
Good for her.
nah, I wanted to be a vampire, but it was like a cheap ass like Walmart costume because obviously like my parents aren't rich. So like my mom like just took me there and be like, you want this one? Sure, right? So it came with like a white shirt, black pants, a black cape, and like face paint and fake blood and like teeth. So it was like a package for like, but it was still cheap shit.
It's
so,
like Party City level.
no,
bad.
dude, it was bad, right? Because like, so like we spent like 2 hours painting all that shit on my face. She put blood and shit on my mouth, and they put the teeth in. And because it's cold, we live in Wisconsin, right? Because it's cold at this time, it over dried on my face to the point where the shit was just peeling off at that point. Like we honestly should have like waited until we got to the party we were going to before to do it, but
Yeah.
like the blood kept chipping off. The mouth guard that was supposed to be the fangs just. I kept drooling out of my mouth because it was so big for my mouth.
Yeah.
And my mouth was open for most of it too. So I had to mouth breathe. So I'm sitting here like, and they're just in my mouth, bro. Dude, I kind of regret doing it now. I know I was 8, so like obviously I didn't know how much I was going to regret it later, but damn, that was simultaneously the best in terms of effort, but the worst because it just didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was like this supreme cosplayer at the time, dude. I thought I looked good, bro. I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick, but I looked horrible, bro. Like
I think my best. Okay, so my worst costume, hands down, was the one that was just like put together last minute because I still wanted to get candy, but like I was kind of at that age where I was going between like I'm too old to do.
what were you
this,
like 10 or
bro.
11?
It's something like that. It was it was like I was in like middle school, and that's where I was starting to be like,
What's like the cutoff for like trick or treating for you? Like, if you had a kid, what would you like when would you tell him to stop trick or treating?
I wouldn't tell him to stop ever. If he wants to go trick or treating, he wants to go. But that's the thing is like people will tell you when that's cut off.
when it's
That's
time.
sort of a social construct. So it's like
That's what I mean. So it's like in terms
Okay,
of like socially, like when would you advise like your son or daughter to stop?
probably around middle school, like just because I know how aggressively rude and piece of shit kids are. Especially at that age, because
Now that's bullshit because I remember everybody in middle school still trick or treating.
Well, that's the thing though, is they always made it seem like they weren't because they, social images, everything. So it's like I wasn't caught dead doing that, but then like they would be with their family, and they're like trick or treat. It's like you're fucking.
It's just like how like people used to make fun of people for still watching like Disney Channel or something.
It's like, man,
and then knowing damn well that they were going like,
you're such a kid, get out of here. Also them.
Are you ready? Today's Alberto's ready, lady dad. Nah, bro, I know they're at home watching that shit. I used to watch it religiously though, so that's probably why. But
So my worst costume was probably again. It was kind of a last minute. Like I decided I wanted candy, and then like my little brother was going to be going, and then my stepmom was going to be going. So it was just kind of like, okay, like why not? So I wore blue jeans. So already that's not a costume.
Were you being a werewolf or something?
No, I'll talk about that in a minute. But no, I blue jeans. I had a gray hoodie, and I had a skeleton mask that was also a metallic gray that matched the hoodie. So that was it.
That was just you're just a skeleton?
Not even a skeleton mask with human hands and a gray hoodie and blue jeans and fucking like white sneakers, bro. I got candy. That's all I cared about, bro.
I respect the hustle. That's all.
Cool, dude. I was trying to be practical,
it.
Dude. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not trying to get pneumonia. Just trying to get a
I can remember this one year. I don't remember what I was, but I remember like this is when I was starting to get older. So like my mom was like kind of cool with me trick-or-treating by myself, but like she still wanted me to be safe. Mm-hmm. There's one time where we went to my aunt's neighborhood, and she was like, this is when like my brother was like 1, so obviously he can't walk yet, so he's in a giraffe costume and a stroller and shit, trick-or-treating, right? And they were going too slow for me. I was like, oh my god, bro, let's just move on to the next house. We're trying to get some candy, right?
Yeah.
So then my mom was like, oh, you can go ahead of us if you want. And I took that shit literally, bro. I zoomed, bro. Like, I went to every house, speed walking and shit. Like, thank you. Bro, I hit the whole ass block before they were even down the street yet. And she was like, when I said go ahead of us, I didn't mean the entire neighborhood, right?
Hey, you gotta specify, lady. Like,
no, dude, bro. I'm kind of surprised that my mom didn't know me well enough by then, because she knew that I took everything literally. So when she said go ahead of us, bro, I was like, fuck it.
That's that me with like the golden glasses and the do-rag.
Yeah, no, dude, yeah. But, no. I remember my worst costume, like in terms of like actually it was bad, was this glow in the dark skeleton. Now, here's the thing that I remember: it was like $20 more expensive than the base skeleton costume, but I wanted to glow in the dark because I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be nighttime, bro. No one saw me. like again, it was from Walmart or like Target or something. So like it was only gonna glow in the dark in absolute pitch black. So my mom was pissed off. She was like, I really paid $20 extra for that.
I'm trying to think. My mom made a lot of my costumes because she was good at like knitting and sewing and stuff. So I'm just like, so she made me a Green Lantern costume one year. I had some shitty Bumblebee costume one time, like the Transformer, not an actual Bumblebee.
I thought they like it was like a Walmart costume where they actually had like plastic pieces for you to like.
No, yeah, like that's what I mean. Like it was a shitty Bumblebee costume.
Hey, I mean, I appreciate the creativity though, at least.
Yeah. I went as Rodney Copperbottom from Robots once. So
that's actually cool.
That costume was trash, though. Again, it was one of those cheap ass, like just the merchandising kind of costume.
I went as Spider-Man once, and that motherfucker was too muscular. like, dude, like I was like flexing and like for like the fake muscles, and then you look at like literally any other like.
No, Spider-Man is supposed to be more kind of like scrawnier build.
Yeah,
like,
dude, like
he's like slim fit, basically.
Like you literally watch or look at anything else in terms of Spider-Man, bro. They got that costume wrong.
Yeah.
But
because it's like, we're a bunch of kids. So it's supposed to be like, oh, I'm strong. I'm like, yeah, but like he's like slim fit. This is like bulky. As
I wasn't
shit.
really that slim though, so honestly, it worked. But still, like I don't know.
One of, if not the worst, something that didn't look amazing was I helped my dad with trick or treat one time. He was volunteering at something at a zoo that was doing trick or treat. And I did like a zombie makeup, and basically the whole bit I was gonna do was that I was gonna pretend like I was dead, and they were gonna open the door, and I was gonna be like, and like give them the candy. It scared too many little kids, so we had to stop after a while.
Bro, oh my god!
Literally, some of them would look at me. Like the funniest part is not even if they're scared, because I feel bad if they're scared, because it's like they're little kids, like they didn't ask to be like. Like, whatever. But some of them, it was funnier when they didn't make a noise. Because then they'd just be like,
Bro,
that SpongeBob meme where he's in the bed and he's just like,
what the fuck? Yeah, no.
That's basically what they did, because they would open it, and as soon as it started moving, they were like,
No, I remember.
I don't want the candy.
This is the final time that I went trick or treating. I know you were there. Do you remember when like we went to somebody's house and it was like really dark at like the door? So I thought that they were gonna scare us, and then when they opened the door, it was just some random white guy just here to give us candy, and I said, "Ah!" And then and then you said, "Ah, white guy." Like, do you remember that, bro?
No, but I wish I did. That's so funny.
No, dude, that shit was fucking hilarious, dude. Because like, bro, everybody was like, "Why are you scared?" Right? And I was like, "Bro, he just came out menacingly. You didn't see that?" And he was like, "Bro, I'm just here to give you candy." Like that's what he said.
Just take your bite-sized Snickers and leave my house, please,
bro.
Bad.
I low-key I kind of took this. I took this for granted. The houses that gave you king-size candy were the fucking goats, dude.
No, literally, because you look at like how much that actually costs and all that. And it's like the fact that they went out of their way to do that. I'm like, you a G, man. You
like
really
just to make some.
You made some kid's night, bro. Like
yeah,
at least one kid.
Did you ever trade your candy?
No.
Me neither.
Nah, leave my shit alone.
Like, bro, like if I had like any Reese's, bro, I was like off limits.
Over my dead fucking body.
Like Reese's, Kit Kat, or Snickers, bro. That was off limits, bro.
Yeah.
Like we ain't trading.
What was the best Halloween candy, and what's the worst? I mean, basically candy's candy. So it doesn't have to be Halloween.
You know those pumpkin shade Reese's that we have? The best, bro.
Yeah.
The best, bro.
I don't know what it is about Reese's, but when they're not just the regular cups and they're like a
they
shake,
hit, bro.
They hit harder.
Oh my god, bro.
Like
they hit
like the Reese's eggs during Easter,
yes,
or the pumpkins during Halloween, or the Christmas trees during Christmas. And I'm like,
yes,
I don't know
dude.
what it is, but these hit harder than the regular peanut butter cups, bro.
You know why? Because the peanut butter cups, like, they're kind of like shaped in a way where like they cut your mouth when you bite them, so they're just not as fun to eat.
Homie, if you're cutting yourself eating the
like,
Reese's, I think
it's
you need
not.
some help.
No, hold on. It's not like a fatal cut. That's not what I mean.
Do you know how to eat a peanut butter cup?
It just feels like it's cutting my mouth. I'm not saying it is, but it just feels like that. Versus like the ones that we have in the room right now. You just put that shit in your mouth and you're done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whoa. Nah, but
okay, what's the worst one then?
Worst? I want to like. What's that coconut one?
Almond Joy?
Yes, that's the worst.
Or Mounds?
Mounds or Almond Joy was the worst for me.
Yeah, well, Mounds would be because it's coconut. If I'm
a close thing is Twizzlers, but that's not universally bad. I just don't like Twizzlers.
I was about to say I like Twizzlers, but like, I hate the bite-sized ones though, because it's like if I'm having Twizzlers, the whole point is like it's the imagery, it's the you know what fucking slaps are the filled Twizzlers. Because that's basically like those sweet tart ropes that we like at the theaters. Yeah. It's basically the same thing, but it's a Twizzler on the outside instead of just the regular thing.
Huh. I don't think I've ever had those.
Immaculate,
I mean, but like, I just don't like because it's licorice. So is licorice like cherry flavored or something?
It can be multiple.
Because cherry flavor, in terms of that, I don't know. I just don't like the aftertaste of it. It makes me feel like I'm eating toothpaste.
As long as it's not black licorice, then we're good. Yeah.
Some people like black licorice.
Yeah, my dad. What's wrong with you, Brett?
What flavor is that?
Black licorice. It's how do I describe it? It's bad.
Is it grape or something? Like,
no.
I don't know. For me, like when I eat Twizzlers, I feel like I'm tasting medicine.
Like that flavored medicine that's like garbage, like NyQuil, bro.
Yeah.
NyQuil is trash.
Okay, I
like,
got you.
Like they always be like, yeah, it's cherry flavored. Nah, this is battery acid,
it's
bro.
Still,
Like,
it's still medicine. It's not supposed to taste good.
but there's some, bro. Like I remember taking some allergy medicine that hit, dude. Like, like it was like strawberry flavored.
You know what hits? Melatonin, bro. That is a dangerous product that they put out there
because they're
like,
good as hell,
the
bro.
Gummies, bro. That's why it's like I get why people do the pills, because like, bro, they taste like fruit snacks, bro. Like,
and then you eat the whole jar, so you're like, I might not wake up tomorrow.
Like, there's a couple of times where it's like hell, I had this problem when I was younger. I ate like way too many vitamins at once because they were good, bro. They were gummy. Like, at least I was eating my vitamins, but they're like, don't eat more than like 6 in a day. And there was one time where I ate 7. I'm like,
I might not wake up tomorrow.
It's for real. It's been,
nah, bro. I remember
I've had a good 11 years. It's fine. Like,
I ate melatonin pills when I was like 12, right? And I thought that they were like the vitamin ones.
No.
Like the Flintstone vitamin ones, bro, because those hit too. And then I like knocked the fuck out for 12 hours, and my family was like, "Are you good?" And I was,
nah.
Thank God it was a weekend, but I basically wasted my whole last weekend, and I was kind of upset. Like,
oh god, that's funny.
Yeah, bro. I remember, because like it was like 8 o'clock when I ate them, and I knocked the fuck out at 9 p.m. and didn't wake up until like
9 a.m.
No, 1, like the next day, like 1 like p.m. And they were like, "Are
1
you
p.m.
bro?"
Goddamn.
I was knocked the hell out, bro. They were like, "Are you good, bro? We didn't see you since dinner last night." And I was like, "I ate these gummies." They're like, "We're gonna hide these." Yeah.
Oh my god. Although I'm so thankful we got the specific melatonin, like the melatonin that we had originally, and then the melatonin we have now. Like, different lives, bro. Different lives. That, like, the ones we had before were almost like dots. Like, they were just like, they're always stuck together, and it's like they didn't taste that great. And
No,
they didn't feel like they worked together.
Dots is the worst candy, bro. Like, because at least the other ones, they're candy bars, so it's whatever. Like, cause I'll still eat Almond Joys, but damn, those boxed dots, bro, were ass. Not only were they all stuck together, the dots just suck.
They're never like fresh either. Like, that's why I hate Haribo gummy bears, because like,
what? Those shit slap, bro.
But they're always stale. They're always stale.
What gummy bears are you eating, bro? Cause
literally everywhere I go and try to get a Haribo bag of gummy bears, because they do slap when I can actually bite into them and not break a tooth. Like,
bro, I don't know what you be having, because some of those, bro, I went through a whole ass like big ass bag of them once, bro. Them shits hit, dude.
What you mean by I don't know what you mean, Mr. Cut your mouth on a Reese's? Come on now.
It feels like it, okay? I'm not saying I actually did, bro. It feels like it. I'm Dipper, okay? I'm sensitive.
Oh my god,
bro. Plus, bro, you're Seuss. You like nachos anyway. What are you talking about candy for?
He's a fat dude. You know he shoves his face full of some Kit Kats, motherfucker. No.
The top 3 for me when I was a kid was Reese's, Kit Kat, and Snickers. Milky Way was a close second, but that's
Milky Way is mid as fuck, and here's why.
Nah, bro, it was only if I was out of Snickers.
That's fair.
Because I agreed. They're mid as hell, bro. I really, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Milky Way.
Milky Way, do better. Don't sponsor, bro. Please don't sponsor me, Milky Way. Because bro, I just thought,
damn it,
bro.
Milky Way.
Bro, this episode is sponsored by no, it's not sponsored. Yo, Snickers, please sponsor me, bro. I love you.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied with this shit. Like, I need you to sponsor,
bro.
That. I'm satisfied with this paycheck. That's
bro. 5 gum, bro. You stimulate my senses, bro. Sponsor me.
That's one of the best meme formats I've ever seen. Is
how it feels to chew 5 gum.
And then it says like the most vulgar, messed up things. Stimulate your senses.
Stimulate your senses, bro.
I saw one where it was this animated alien and he sat on something and he screamed with the most feminine moan of all time. And it was
like,
boosted.
Bro, like me with my pain, bro.
No, dude, why do you sound the way you do when you do that?
Because like
you'll stretch your back, you'll be like, yeah!
And then my voice drops right back down, and I'm like, bro, why is my shit so feminine?
You literally hurt yourself. You're like, ah. But then, like 2 seconds later, you're just like damn, that hurt.
Like, Like I'll stub my toe and I'll be like, ah. Anyway, so
God, that's
bro,
funny.
I will never understand. Bro, I don't know either. I really don't. I really don't. Well, y'all, that wraps up this episode, bro. Moral of the story: Halloween Kills sucks. Don't see it. Reese's candy, y'all need to work on your actual cups, but the other shapes, bro, be hitting, bro. Be hitting. And Kit Kat, don't change, bro.
Keep doing what you're doing, homie.
No, actually, unpopular opinion, bro. Twix is not that good. I'm sorry. I really don't. I don't see the hype, bro. Like, if I was to choose a candy bar, bro, I'm picking Snickers.
Move out.
Nah, bro. I never understood the hype on left Twix, right Twix. What's even the difference?
That's a marketing campaign, right?
I was gonna say, what's the
you
difference?
bought that shit, did you?
Yeah, bro. I was like, bro. The tagline says, "Try both, pick a side." It said, bro, don't you give me that look, bro. It said, "Try both, pick a side."
It's a marketing campaign. Of course they're doing
I don't give a shit, bro. I was 13.
That's
all right.
They got you with that Civil War shit. Whose side are you on, Cap or Iron Man? Like,
I tried both. I picked a
Twix
side.
all of the way. You left Twixers. Get the fuck out of my DMs. I'm out of here.
DMs? Who's in your DMs? I'm gonna tell your girlfriend, bro.
Hey, yo. You do that because you keep me in check. That's what's up.
Yes,
That's my
sir.
boy right there.
Yo, big shout out to Bailey for coming on the episode, dog.
Yes, sir.
That wraps up the Halloween episode, even though not all of it was Halloween-esque. From Dipper and Seuss.
Take it easy, dudes.
That was good shit. And your wimpy journal having guy, I don't really know how Dipper sounds. I think I have too high or too deep of a voice to do him now. Like, guys, look, the journal. Like, I can't.
Dipper is a sussy baka. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good night.
Don't say that on my podcast. Don't fucking say that on my shit, dog. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, Dipper is a sussy baka, bro. I don't care. Nah, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.